Hello, and welcome back to today's podcast episode, You Are a Bellend. Now, I am howling, like literally howling this morning because trying to explain to my American clients what a bellend is has given me so much entertainment. Now, a bellend is like the bell at the end of a man's penis, right? And so if you're being a bellend, you're just being a dick. You are being a dick, right? And today's episode is all about being a dick on social media and where being a dick is losing you credibility and stopping people from buying from you. Now, do not get what I'm saying in this episode twisted, because I am the first person to be uncensored. I'm the first person to be opinionated. I'm the first person to say exactly what I want to say in a very direct and like energized manner. However, there's a difference between getting your soul message across, being opinionated, saying what it is that you need to say, and just communicating blanket statements without any context. Now, it's our responsibility as creators to provide context. If you're going to create really impactful messages in this world, you have to provide context. You can't just claim these things that make no sense in the human realm and then just like try to cult people into believing what it is that you believe. You have to provide context. And this is why, even though I'm a soul creator and I love channeling spirit and being in the energy, everything I communicate is backed by marketing, is backed by neuroscience, is backed by psychology, is backed by, the bigger energy, because I'm not prepared to just communicate these blanket statements about business, about strategy, about energy, about people that make no human sense. Now, if you're in my Misfits group, you will know that I always allow everybody to bring their conversation to the surface. And so somebody has brought their conversation to the surface. And last night I found myself being a bit like, this just doesn't make any sense. Like, it is not a statement that I feel is backed by context and can actually be quite harmful because it's putting blame onto clients, it's putting blame onto creators. And that is not what we want to create. We don't want to create shame in our communities. We don't want people to be in our community and feel like all you care about is the sale and what you get paid. We want to have actually give a fuck and realize that people have been through trauma, people have been through real life experiences, and it's your job and your responsibility to make them feel safe. Now, in the online space, you need to radiate your voice. And so it isn't an option to be opinionated. You have to share your opinions. You have to contrast your audience. You have to get things off your chest because that's how you're going to stand out. Nobody needs these surface level how to step into 5 meditation tasks today. Like, nobody needs that. We don't want surface level in 2024. But also we need what you're saying to be backed by education and backed by science. And so if you're going to lead us into an opinion, provide context. Provide context in the comment thread. Provide context in a different post. But provide context, and provide context that is backed by understanding, education, psychology, science, whatever it is that you believe in, so that we can really get our head around it. Because just saying things that are fueled with trauma, that are fueled with lack of care for your audience, is damaging. And I know you think that you're coming across unique and different and like, oh, I'm rocking the boat, and so I'm going to get all this attraction in my audience. But all you're doing is creating buyers that are frustrated by you because they feel like they can't bring anything to the surface. That you're just going to disregard their thought process. You're going to disregard their beliefs and you're not going to understand them. And the best way to be there for your clients is through education. And so you have to provide context. Without context, you are losing your credibility. You can say whatever the fuck you want on social media. It's your opinion, it's your energy, it's your personality, it's how we get paid. But you have to provide context. One, because of the legality. You can't just say these random things on the internet and not think that one day they're going to backfire. If you are shaming your clients, if you're shaming your clients for late payments, if you're shaming your clients for their belief systems, if you're making them feel that they're wrong, then that could backfire and you could be sued in a very, very big legal claim. And so you need to understand what you're playing with here. Second of all, if you want to create clients that feel safe offloading and being in your space, you have to back up what it is that you're saying. And this is why so many people have made investments that they feel haven't paid off in the online space, because people are telling them things and giving no context. They're saying, step into your ease, step into your flow, sweetie, like the right clients will come. It's fucking bullshit. There is no such thing as an ideal client. The reason being is everybody has been through a different life experience. And so with everybody being through a different life experience, some people have more trauma. Some people have been through like literal survival in their childhood, and they're going to need a little bit more time and attention with what it is that you're delivering. That doesn't mean that they're not an ideal client, and it's our responsibility to not glamorize. Every client should just pay you and only message you once a day, and if they message you more than once a day, then they're a bad client. No, that's fucking bullshit. Like, it's bullshit, and it's trauma fueled. And if a client is going through an experience, they should be able to offload. They should be able to come to you as their service provider and say, this is what I'm going through. Now, in any other industry, you wouldn't buy from a bell end. You wouldn't buy from a bell end, period. You wouldn't go to a hairdresser who's blasting their clients online and saying, it's your fault that your hair is damaged and this and that, and like putting all the blame on you. You just wouldn't. I don't see any hairdressers doing that. I don't see any beauty therapists doing that. I don't see anyone other than the coaching, the therapy, the life coaching, and the social media business industry doing it. It's not normal. It's not needed. Get a grip of yourself. And like, this gets me angry, right? Because I just think we have to do better. The reason you're not getting sales is you're thinking like an immature business creator rather than providing context. If you have no context for what it is that you're saying, do not say it. You have to zoom your lens out and say, is this actually helpful for my community? Is this actually providing value for my community? Is this adding anything to their life? Or am I just saying something that I think that I want them to believe? Such as, we all have the same time as Beyonce. Well, Sheila, great quote, but no, we don't. No, we don't. Beyonce has how many people in her household doing her washing? Like, you try tell me that I have the same time as Beyonce when I've got a 4-year-old, a 2-year-old, I don't have a nanny, I do my own washing, I'm building a business, I'm doing 10,000 different child activities with my children because I want to be a present mom. Like, try tell me that I have the same time as Beyonce. You can fuck yourself. I do not have the same time as Beyonce. That is absolute bullshit. And I'm going to lose my chance of monetizing this episode because I'm swearing so much, but I need to get this message across. And so you have to think about the context, right? The context of that statement is we all have time in a day. We all have time in a day and we need to be intentional with our time. And so there are ways that you can make that statement in a way that provides context, in a way that your client can get it, in a way that your client can digest it. And it's your responsibility to do that. People aren't buying from you because there is no context. And if there is no context, why are they going to spend money with you? If they feel like you're just opinionated, you're just providing personality, but you're not adding context, they're not going to buy from you. Yes, we want personality. I love the people who rock the boat, but the people who rock the boat with context, the people who rock the boat knowing what they actually know, the people who rock the boat backing up what it is that they're saying. Because if you're just making blanket statements, I don't want to know. I don't want to buy from you. There is no education. There is no deeper potential. It's just you choosing to believe something and thinking that you're right. And we can't live life like that, right? Everything that I teach my clients, from funnels to strategy to energy to everything, is backed. And it's backed because I don't want to just project my opinion onto you. I want to showcase what I know to be true, but I also want to back that up with, I know this works. And so when I create my client a funnel, I'm going to be like, hey, follow this because I know this works. Not because I'm just deciding it works today, because it's backed by working for my clients, by me, by research, by psychology. Like, it's backed, it's grounded, it's factual that this works. And that's everything in my business. Everything I communicate is backed by something. And it's backed by something that provides the value and the evidence that, one, it works, and that two, like, it's not just a blanket statement. And I guarantee that if you are somebody who wants to add more profit, community, and energy to your business, you have to start thinking bigger. I created a space for the misfits because I was tired of people in the online space feeling like they didn't belong. And it's still happening now. Because if we look at the statements that are being made online, there's very few creators that actually care. And that's the gap that I want to create. Like, if you say something in my community and it's not backed, I'm going to challenge you. I don't care who you are, I'm going to challenge you. And I do this all the time to creators because there are people out there that's like, oh, there is no leadership in a $33 offer. Well, yes, there is, because if somebody has been born in mass poverty, they've survived homelessness, they are just on their journey of recreating their life, then $33 is as ballsy as 10,000. And so, yes, there is. And I'm going to educate you on that. And I'm going to trauma response and help you understand why what you just said is damaging. And we have to do better. We have to do better. So the point of today's episode is, one, to riff and just let you know, like, I'm going to challenge the narrative. And two, to sit there as a creator and ask yourself, do you have context? Do you have context for what it is that you're saying? And if not, like, where can you do better? Where can you elevate your leadership?